Welcome to our annual Breakfast with Bardo. My name is Sarah Carroll, and I'm a programming chair for Student Activities Council. If you didn't know already, this event is part of Shocktoberfest. Not just any Shocktoberfest, though. This is our 25th annual Shocktoberfest. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is Shocktoberfest? It's a week-long celebration of Shocker pride. Events, activities, and competitions are hosted by different organizations and different departments to create a sense of community and support for the yellow and black. Already this week, Shockers have participated in events like Family Fall Festival, Pumpkin Run, a student group banner competition, a staff door decorating competition. Student teams participated on a 3-on-3 basketball tournament on Tuesday and traveled in a casino cab to win great prizes on Wednesday. And now, you're all here participating in Breakfast with Bardo. All of that, and there are still a lot of great opportunities for you to participate in the 25th Annual Shocktoberfest. Now, I would like to turn the time over to Nick Messing, Coordinator of Leadership Development, to introduce this year's Men and Women of the Year finalists.
All right, good morning, everyone. The Man and Woman of the Year Scholarship is awarded to an outstanding male and female student who have shown exemplary leadership, involvement, and service to both the WSU and the Wichita communities. Candidates must have a 3.0 GPA, be an undergraduate student currently enrolled in 6 or more credit hours, and have completed at least 60 hours, 30 of them here at WSU. The process began with 45 applicants, with 20 students moving on to the interview round. I will now introduce the top 4 male and top 4 female finalists. First, we have Tabeen Azad. Tabeen is a senior double majoring in mechanical engineering and political science from Wichita, Kansas. You're good. Next, we have Jared Rogers. Jared is a junior double majoring in biomedical engineering and physics from Wichita, Kansas. Next, we have Joseph Shepard. Joseph is a senior majoring in criminal justice from San Diego, California. And our last male finalist is Reed Williams. Reed is a junior majoring in nursing from Lawrence, Kansas. All right, and our first female finalist is Kia Duggins. Kia is a senior double majoring in economics and international business from Wichita, Kansas. Next we have Amanda Johnson. Amanda is a junior double majoring in finance and economics from Wichita, Kansas. Next we have Gracie Palmer. Gracie is a senior majoring in general studies of chemistry from Heston, Kansas. And finally, we have Emery Welk. Emery is a senior double majoring in human resource management and management from Wichita, Kansas. All right, let's give one final round of applause for all of our finalists. We had a great pool of candidates this year, and we will be announcing the winners of Man and Woman of the Year at our banquet on Friday, November 6th. Thank you very much, and please welcome SAC back up to the stage.
Thank you, Nick, and once again, congratulations to all of this year's Men and Women of the Year finalists. Now, the person you've all been waiting to hear from, please give a warm Shocker welcome to Wichita State University's president, Dr. John Bardo.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here this morning. This is really a great day to be a Shocker, isn't it? It's just as pretty as it can be out there, and we're having a great fall semester. I hope you're enjoying what's going on the campus. I hope you're taking active part in clubs, organizations, and events, because there's sure been a lot of them. We had a tremendous musical theater program earlier in the semester. We've got a great volleyball season going right now. We also have men's and women's basketball getting ready to crank up, so it's a pretty exciting time to be here. There's a lot going on the campus, and I'll just take a minute to kind of fill you in on a couple of the new things that are happening. Particularly, I want to talk with you about the Innovation Campus, because I think Many of you probably see the construction going, or you've tried to drive down 17th Street and find it's hard. But just to fill you in a little bit on where we are, we have 2 buildings going up. One of them is the Experiential Engineering Building, and that's the big steel building you see starting right up on 17th Street. That's a building that will have only laboratories in it and no classrooms, so that it is all about students getting in and making things and trying things and learning how to do things, not sitting in a classroom, but about active learning and activity. For all students, regardless of major, right at the edge going west from the Experiential Engineering Building and attached to it is the University Makerspace. This is a space that is open to all students. It's open also to the community. And if you join the Makerspace or you're in a class that requires you to use it, you can learn how to use all kinds of different equipment, everything from 3D printers to plasma cutters to lathes, whatever you need, and you can make something that you've always wanted to make. And it could be for a hobby, or it could be a new invention that you use the facilities to create a new product that you then go out and start a business and sell yourself. So it can be anything in between, anything from something you just always wanted to make for yourself or for your mom, or something that you actually think you might be able to do something with. So that building is underway, and we're really excited about it. The concrete structure that you see next to it, the one that has the center core plus the shaft for the elevator, is where Airbus is going to be located. Airbus is moving 400 engineers to our campus, and we're really quite excited about that because of the relationships that we have with Airbus already, but also they're looking to greatly expand the internship programs for our students, and so that's a really exciting opportunity for us. If you look at the 21st and Oliver area, right now it's sort of empty, but we are trying to finalize negotiations with a hotel chain to put a 120-room hotel on that site. And the chain that we're working with has agreed that if they come, they will allow our art faculty and students to help them decorate the public areas of the hotel so that it becomes truly a product of Wichita State and the creativity of our students, and we're quite excited about that. We're also working with half a dozen restaurants on the possibility of coming to campus and bringing a different kind of ambiance to the campus. We are working with a coffee house that I have a cup of coffee that may be related to them sitting here in front, and they're talking about doing a 4,000 square foot coffee house. That would be twice as large as anything else in Wichita of any others of that company's facilities in the city. We're also working with a sports bar, with an Irish pub, and a wood-fired pizza restaurant, and a hamburger chain. So to see if we can create a setting for people from the campus to be able to go, sit down, talk to each other, work together, maybe have a date there. But in the middle of all of that, we're working on putting a stage for our music students to be able to perform in that open air atmosphere. And we're pretty excited about that option as well. We will be putting in some new roads. We are putting in what's called Innovation Way, and we are preparing to put in 19th Street, which obviously goes between 21st and 17th. So those are the things that are underway right now with the Innovation Campus. All of them will have impact on our students. All of them will give opportunities to our students, and we're really quite excited about that. So that's where we are. I hope you all are enjoying Shocktoberfest, and I know we do have a breakfast this morning, but I also want to be sure, are we doing questions first? Or okay, we'll do the questions and then have breakfast.
So we've been asking you on Twitter to go ahead and tweet in some questions you have for President Bardo, and so now we're going to hear some of those answers. So the first question asked by @Jocelyn, what do you enjoy about being a shocker?
Oh, gosh. You know, I have been a shocker since probably about the time most of your parents were born. I first came to Wichita State in 1973, and so I have had a love affair with this university really about all my adult life. And to me, there's a spirit of being a shocker. It's a can-do spirit. It's thinking about the fact that we can be better tomorrow than we were yesterday, and really taking action. And you know, that's been the history of this university from the time I first learned about it. So I think that's the thing I like the best, is that spirit of, hey, we can make this happen. We can do this. We're Wichita State. We can do this.
Would you support an open alternative textbook initiative similar to K-State? Ask Keaton Fish.
Yeah, I think the issue with books is that, or any teaching materials, is that under academic freedom, faculty really do have the right to choose the materials for their classes. I think it's important that we all keep in mind the costs to students. Last time I taught a course, I had everything from the internet. Students bought nothing, and they complained a whole lot about how hard the stuff was, but at the same time, they didn't have to pay anything for it. They just got to work hard. And so I am very interested in using alternative means of making sure students have the right information, of having that information at the most reasonable price possible. This is not just K-State's program. This is a national move among faculty members to really try to say, wait a minute, there are alternatives. And let's look at the alternatives, and whenever feasible and reasonable, let's use those to try to help students control costs.
At JCBJC asked, what's your favorite part of Shocktoberfest?
You know, it's really no different than everything else. I love seeing students having fun. I love seeing students being involved in activity. It's why I've stayed in higher education. You can make a difference in people's lives, and part of that difference is helping people just live and experience what it's like to be a young person and be alive and have a good time. And so to me, Shocktoberfest is kind of that celebration of who we are, and at the same time, a celebration of young life, and I love that.
What's your favorite breakfast food? Asked Dr. Pepper 05.
My favorite breakfast food, unfortunately, I'm not allowed to eat it much anymore because it interacts badly with my body, but I love peanut butter toast. I could eat peanut butter toast 7 days a week. I did until I realized it was not good for me, but that's my favorite breakfast food, is peanut butter toast with a cup of coffee and orange juice.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
At T-Bird Man asks, where did you meet your wife?
Where did I meet my wife? Right over there. Deborah and I were both working in F Hall, and I saw this really attractive lady walk down the hall, and I thought, gosh, she's cute. They had a computer room in the basement at the time. Computers were quite different than they are today, and so I was downstairs punching cards at the time, working on the computer, and my wife came down and sat down next to me, and I found all kind of reason not to get up, even though I was pretty much done with my work, and then later got to have a chance to meet her. And the funny part of all of that is she and her best friend set me up with one of their girlfriends, and so I dated one of her girlfriends for 4 months, and then when she and I broke up, Deborah and I started dating. So, and by the way, we had 2 dates before we knew we were getting married. So.
Awesome. The final question is from at Elzinga David. Would you support a smoke-free or tobacco-free campus?
Well, all of our constituency groups have voted to support a smoke-free campus. So I've appointed, or in the process of appointing, I think we're done with it, but if not, it's because we just don't have all the constituency groups answering yet. But I've appointed a committee to see how we implement, since this seems to be something that is of interest to the campus. So generally, when you're in my position, if something is of great interest to the campus, you try to make it happen. And so this obviously is, so we're moving forward with it.
Great. Thank you again, President Bardo, for speaking to us today, and thanks to everyone who tweeted in questions. So it's almost time for food. But before we do that, I just want to say one last thank you to everyone who helped make this event possible today. Thank you one more time to Nick Messing and all of the men and women of the year candidates. Thanks to Sodexo for the wonderful food, for Media Resource Center for live streaming us, for the RSC Event Services for a great setup, and thank you especially to President Bardo and all of your wonderful staff who made it possible today. President Bardo will be heading over to the breakfast table to serve some food and answer any other questions you may have. On behalf on SAC, I would like you to present to you some Shocktoberfest goodies to help celebrate this amazing week. So thanks everyone for coming out. Enjoy your breakfast and go Shocks.
Very good. Thank you.